Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and happy 2023. We are on our way to the Limpopo province in South Africa, this time to visit a new place called Matla Noka, and we're revisiting Makuya Nature Reserve, which I'm quite excited about, and then stopping over in Kruger National Park for a few days on our way back. I'm joined by Ed and Ryan. They're busy with a product shoot, but I thought I'd bring you along for the ride. We're heading to the Waterberg to Matla Noka, then on to Makuya Nature Reserve, and finally the Kruger National Park. It's January 2023, so it's summer in Limpopo. The first stretch of the trip is mostly on the N1 highway. The bush is looking great after the recent rain. After about 2 hours, we're in the Waterberg. You'll find Matla Noka on Google Maps, but it hasn't been added to Tracks for Africa yet. A short and scenic dirt road leads to the campsite. We've reached Matla Noka. It was a good 3-hour drive, so it's not bad from Joburg. And this is a really nice place. Let me show you around. There is only one campsite for large groups at the moment, with more to follow soon. The campsite has great shade and it's right next to the river. The ablutions feature a kitchenette, a flushing toilet and hot water shower. Water is not potable though. Hot water is provided by a donkey, a fire water boiler, and it works great. There's also a large boma with fire pit. The scenery around the campsite is stunning, especially along the river.
Why?
Yo, what a stunning spot, eh? The campsite's just opened. We're one of the first visitors here.
and it's under a massive tree and everything's green right on the river. We've got some clouds pulling through, but it's a really nice campsite. It's quite luxurious, like all the bathrooms and stuff are really nice. Last night we chilled by the fire, and they've got all these lights behind the fireplace, and it was an incredible evening. And yeah, I'll give it 10 out of 10 as a campsite. And I'm not sure what we're doing today. Maybe we'll go for a game drive later. We did have some Nyala and bushbuck through the camp yesterday, but yeah, just a great campsite.
And tomorrow, where are we off to tomorrow?
Hey, we're off to get revenge on a place. We're off to Makuya Nature Reserve, there on the border of the Kruger National Park. It's quite a long drive, as far as I know, but we want to go there when it's green and maybe try out a few different spots. We didn't really get to explore the area, so we're definitely going to enjoy Makuya. And then we're going into Kruger, Chitsenzi again. So yeah, it doesn't get much better than that.
Morning, Roy.
Morning, Chris.
How's it going?
Good, very good. How are you going?
Yeah, good, thanks.
How was last night, my man? Did you sleep well?
I slept very well. And you?
Yeah, I slept very well. I think it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I slept very well, thank you.
Matla Noka provides guided game drives to explore the reserve. What is going on here? What's going on here? Your qualified guide will show you around, and there's plentiful game on the reserve. You can expect lots of plains game like giraffe, zebra and wildebeest. This reserve definitely has some of the best scenery the Waterberg has to offer. See that? Tree frog eggs. There is also a sunken height that's great for bird watching and photography. There are also a lot of historic mining sites on the reserve. These all date from around the 1800s. There are around 40 kilometers of hiking and mountain biking trails on the reserve. Be careful though, there's also buffalo on the reserve. We thoroughly enjoyed the South Drive route as well. Spent the day at Matla Noka, and this place is amazing. The views here are stunning. Just have a look at this. I really enjoyed Matla Noka and will definitely be back here soon. Good morning, early morning. We are on our way to Makuya Nature Reserve. It's about 5 hours drive, but with filming it's probably more like 7 hours drive. We're meeting Heinrich, which you've seen in one of my previous videos, in Luchigard first as well, because they've got to actually recover a vehicle that ran out of spare tires on the Limpopo trail which goes through Makuya. So yeah, I'll see you on the other side. The 5-hour drive to the far northeast of Limpopo takes us through Louis Trichardt and is very scenic. Just stopped at Louis Trichardt for a fuel and coffee stop, and we met up with Heinrich. His brother wrote off 2 spares in Makuya Game Reserve on the Limpopo Trail, so they're going back to fit new tyres, and then we'll find some nice wild camps inside Makuya as well.
Right, so we had another amazing evening around the fire last night, and this morning we left early. Matla Noka, we left this morning at 5 o'clock, and yeah, what an amazing stay, really an amazing place, a new place that's just opened, and we've almost arrived, but we're on our way back to a place we have been before, Makuya Nature Reserve. Yeah, we went there I think about 2 or 3 years ago, but we've actually met up with our mate Heinrich, and he knows Makuya really well, so he's going to show us a different area of Makuya, because last time it was amazing, but it was quite rough and not really any wildlife, and the scenery became sort of boring because we only traversed a small part of Makuya, not knowing it. So yeah, looking forward to it. He's going to show us a different area of Makuya.
Areas had a lot of rain, clearly.
Yeah, just hit the tires in the front. Ryan, don't you want to pick up one of those doors before so they're going?
We're not entering through the main gate this time. So we've reached Makuya Nature Reserve. We used the Musundu gate. They came and opened for us, which is sort of along midway of the reserve, which is not normally a tourist entrance gate, because that gives us easier access to the Land Cruiser where we have to go and replace some tires. So yeah, it's quite adventurous already. There's not much of a road here. Let me show you.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Fucking blown motor.
Chris, you made that look easy, my man. Well done. I don't know if you can hear Ed, bro. He's worried that he's the last vehicle. So he thinks it's gonna be a hard one.
So we had our first water crossing. The last time I did
Here we go, my man.
the last time I did a water crossing in the 200, it didn't go so well. So a little bit nervous.
Makuya is a 16,000 hectare Limpopo Park Reserve sharing a fenceless border with the Kruger National Park. This little known reserve definitely appeals to the more adventurous overlander. This is a magic wilderness and it has a very non-touristy feel to it.
Wow, so what a change. I don't think anyone's done this road in, maybe 2-3 months. Very overgrown, but it's just stunning. We're now following the fence of the Makuya Reserve. It's quite a substantial fence, and just a lekker opportunity to see a new part of Makuya and a new part of Limpopo. Never been in this half of Makuya. The bush is just looking amazing. It's summer, it's green, it's yeah, having an amazing time, hey? Yeah, just great to be out with the gents again, and a nice 4x4 experience, some nice river crossings, and who knows where we camp tonight. This is adventure. This is why we do this. Just awesome.
The going is pretty tough in some places. We soon reached the abandoned Land Cruiser. Not the greatest place to replace tires, and it's around 40 degrees Celsius.
And then Heinrich, be careful please.
Yeah.
Otherwise Chris is getting 1 million views.
Had I edit het uit?
No, we never swear on the video.
No, never. I'll get the video for you.
The cruiser is soon sorted and we're heading to camp. There's another snag though.
Okay, so a little bit of an update. We left the Ranger because it's got a little clutch issue that I'm sure we're going to be able to sort out. But the reason why we left it and the Echo up at the top of the hill there is this road is hectic. Just look at how these trees, it's so overgrown, and it's steep, eh? And I don't even think we're at the steepest part, and yeah, it would just be a bit, it wouldn't be sensible to bring the car and the trailer down, so we left it there. But yeah, it's we're climbing down to the Limpopo river bed. You can see the river on the left there. But yeah, it's rough. Makuya's rough. Ryan, what do you got to say?
Man, hey bro,
There's not one trip where either car, I'm not in your car, you could not in my car.
my man, I want to go and see Practicals, my man. That's the 4x4 I like doing, bro. This is just ridiculous. It's like rocks and trees and more rocks, just rocks everywhere. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's hard to find positives when you've got a clutch that's possibly on the out. Eh? I mean, it's a. Yes, oh man, that tree nearly killed us, bro.
Yeah, and I just got both cars fixed. And a lot of you guys will be saying, oh, it's not really that bad. I promise you, these roads haven't been driven in months.
I also think the biggest difference is this, you know, the Land Cruisers generally are a wider vehicle. Got a wider footprint. And these roads are like, you know, for Hiluxes and narrower vehicle buckies. And you know, so yeah, I don't know, it's just a lot. I think it's a lot harder on a vehicle like this. And I suppose it's testament really to what the Land Cruiser can do. I mean, and in comfort. I mean we're shaking around, but I think even an aeroplane would shake around on this road. I mean, it's just next level.
Just find a level spot and then camp for a night.
We eventually reach our camp for the night. It's been a long day, but this place is amazing. Heinrich and Nico head back home the next morning, but we're sleeping in a bit. The rain clears up eventually to yet another stunning afternoon. So gents, what do you think of Makuya this time?
Different place, eh? Completely different. While the setting of the campsite is very similar to the one at the picnic site, it's amazing knowing that not many people, if any, have camped here before. And last night we had a leopard walking that side of the river, the Limpopo River, and it's just amazing. Different time of year, it's summer, everything's green, the birds are out, and yeah, it's just amazing. Listen to the francolins there. Sure.
You said everything I was going to say.
I know, I took all of it.
You did. You didn't even spare me one.
Talk about the fish in the water.
Did forget to tell you about the crocodile that was right here.
Okay, talk then.
No, man, you took it all.
I didn't.
What is there for me to... We're at a new campsite. And thanks to Heinrich and his brother for bringing us and showing this place. I think it's called Buffalo Campsite or Buffels Campsite. And very similar to picnic site at Makuya main campsite. But I tell you, like Ed says, the summer, I mean, it's just so super green. There's a good amount of water flowing through the river. And I tell you what, I made the biggest mistake in not bringing my fishing rod. The tiger fish are rising, not big ones, but they are here, we've seen them. Hey, but I tell you what, when you're in a place like this, with clouds building up like that, we've had a bit of rain, it's very easy to sit and take 5 minutes to yourself without any cameras and enjoy.
So we've spent our first evening at Makuya again, this time a wild camp that we haven't camped at before, and it is amazing. It is green. The last time we were here it was like being on Mars, quite frankly. We're again on the Limpopo River. The bird life is amazing. We saw one leopard last night, which was pretty cool. That's Kruger National Park, just on the other side of the river there. So yeah, really good experience. There's no facilities obviously because it's a wild camp, so you have to be really self-sufficient. You have to have your own water. There's no ablutions. There's no electricity obviously, but I mean, there's not a lot of locations like this, to be honest. That's kind of the whole point, I think, is really to be out here, and I'll happily bring my own stuff to be able to camp like that. Driving here can be a little bit rough. It's not overly technical, but you definitely need a 4x4 with low range, high clearance. But frankly, it's well worth it getting to locations like this. I'm happy to put a few more pinstripes on the car, but it is very rocky, so look at your tire placement. There's some really nasty sharp rocks, so other people, like you saw with Heinrich's brother, have lost quite a few tires here.
Right, so on the banks of the Lavuvu, Makuya, and we are having, I see Chris is having his healthy chicken over here. We are having some pork rashes, or pork steaks I assume, with some rye breads, garlic and onion, and some mealies or sweet corn tonight. It is cooking, it is very hot. There's a storm approaching, but yeah, you can hear the hyenas and lions going off in the background, so it's amazing.
We're on our way again this morning, but this campsite was amazing. As these are wild camps, always take your trash out and leave it better than you find it. Good morning. We're on our way to World's View. We're going to camp there for the night. Incidentally, sorry about the noise if you're hearing a lot of squeaking and moaning and groaning from the car. It's not sorted out completely from Namibia. So yeah, still a bit of damage I need to sort out. It's really hot this morning. It's like 30 degrees and it's only 10 o'clock. So yeah, it's a scorcher. We'll stay there tonight at World's View, and then tomorrow we off to Tsenze in the Kruger.
have left that incredible campsite on the Lavuvu, and we are on our way to World's View, a stunning viewpoint. We're going to try and camp there tonight. And this road seems to follow next to the Lavuvu, which is absolutely stunning. This Pafuri and Makuya area in northern Limpopo, northern Kruger, is probably the most scenic part of the park village. And what a spot to camp for the last 2 days. It's just been incredible. Bush is very thick and overgrown, and again, we saw a leopard 2 nights ago, which was incredible, but bird life also amazing, but not too much in terms of wildlife. I think there is a poaching issue here in Makuya, unfortunately. I think there is, there are not many animals here. I think most of them are being poached, which is very unfortunate, but hey, look, maybe we see something.
So we are here in Makuya. We're on our way to I believe it's called the picnic site, the main campsite, and we're driving from Buffel's campsite, and it's 22 kilometers about thereabouts, and we are enjoying Makuya. It's a hard drive, really hard drive. You got to watch where your tire placement is, but thankfully this stretch is not so difficult. On the ATMs on my car, it's nice to see how the ATMs are doing their job and handling it. But yeah, I think I've got a bit of a clutch problem. The main synchro, I don't know too much about it, but apparently it's beginning to act up. So my clutch is not really engaging, and I think it's got to do with heat. So yeah, damage to report and damage to repair when we get back. This game, it's a game. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Are you enjoying it, Ed?
Yeah, 100%. Different to our last experience at Makuya. This drive is stunning. We were quite nervous. We checked on the GPS, and it seems like there's 6 water crossings between us, or river crossings between us and the next campsite, but we've arrived at the first one and it's got concrete over it.
Yeah, magic, yeah.
Yeah, what a stunning place. Let's get to maybe a lunch spot. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Lunch spot and a nice cool drink.
It takes about an hour to cover the 20 odd kilometers to World's View. Ryan's snag has become a bigger problem though.
James, what's going on? So we have a slight bit of an issue going on with the Ranger from all the kilometers I've put on her. It seems like the main synchro is not allowing the clutch to come back out, so I can't engage gear, and it being so hot, I think it needs to cool down just to allow that main synchro to work. But I tell you what, we've pulled out the Wild Dog winch and we're hooking up to a Wild Dog D-shackle, and I'm going to get Ed to just basically pull us into an area where I can let the car cool down, hook up to some solar panels, and we carry on the adventure. But for now, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're trying to get hitched up and then good to go, I hope.
So I see I've still got some first bridge sand in this recovery kit, but I have broken quite a few things in from the last recovery. But luckily in this kit, the Wild Dog kit, it pretty much gives you 2 of everything: 2 D shackles, 2 soft shackles, a bridle, and the kinetic rope. So yeah, if you do break something, there's pretty much always a spare. We're just going to pull it on the winch because we don't have to pull it far, maybe 30 meters, and we're going to do it very slowly. So yeah, it is a good kit and we've used it quite a few times, and it's always good to have confidence in your recovery kit because you never know when you're going to need it.
It's not far to the picnic site from World's View. We're at the main campsite that people usually camp at. It's called Padambile campsite on Trucks for Africa on the latest version, if you're looking for it. It's also called Parks Board Camp on older versions. There's no real signage to it, it just says picnic site. That's basically the campsite. It's not bad, it seems a little bit more level to when we were here last time. You can have a look at some of my previous videos. The bathrooms are in the same state, I'm sorry to say. There's no water, so the toilets obviously don't work. You can't take a shower. They're a little bit cleaner, admittedly. But that's a problem if you're counting on ablutions here. So my recommendation for Makuya is don't let that spoil your time. Bring your own stuff. Usually there's clearly no water here.
So in 2020 we came to the picnic campsite at Makuya 3 years ago, and we came then in winter and we're here now in summer. The bush, number one, is absolutely magic. I think it's at its best. Every time this time of the year I say the bush is at its best, and it really is up here in Limpopo. Now this campsite, we were actually here, and in 2020 we had one serious storm come through here. I think 120 km/h winds, and it stripped this whole campsite down, and we fought that day, and we actually thought we'd never come back to Makuya, but we're so glad we did. We're here. It actually looks magic. They've cleaned up the campsites, they've put braai grids in, they've swept up the areas. It's still very wild, raw and rustic, so it's not freshly swept, but efforts have been made, and I think, yeah, well done to the Makuya staff for trying and attempting. Just keep it up, you know, keep it up, keep that maintenance going, and yeah, just really nice to be here.
Yeah, so as Ryan says, really lekker to be here. We've just stopped here to make some lunch. Ryan's got a lekker new camera, so shooting big files, so he's busy dumping the footage now because we've got to shoot some more in the riverbed, and we're just gonna have a cold drink and make some lunch under these massive jackalberry and inyala trees. It really is amazing, and good memories from the last time. And there are some storm clouds building, so yeah, I guess we'll see what happens there, but it is cooking. And then yeah, not so sure what we're going to do about the Ranger at the moment. Maybe once it's cooled down, the clutch will play along, but yeah, we'll just take that as it comes, as we always do, I guess. But yeah, Luvuvu River, an ice cold beverage, and we're going to make some lunch. Doesn't get better than this.
No, man. The world's sharpest knives.
There are some sections here at Makuya that are pretty nasty. You definitely need a high clearance 4x4 with low range.
Alright, so after today's events, we're back at the campsite at World's View, and we're just going to have a cold drink Flies are hectic, heat is hectic, but this view is just unbelievable. So we're just gonna enjoy this. Just look at this.
So this is World's View. It's a definite must visit when you're in Makuya. We're actually going to camp here tonight, and the view is spectacular. It's actually a lot greener than the last time if you've watched the previous video, so that just makes it even better.
Oh man, spectacular, eh? I think we were here in 2020 when it was very, very dry, and to come up to World's View here in Makuya in summer, in the month of January, it's absolutely transformed. I mean, it looks spectacular. You've got big cumulonimbus clouds rolling in, casting shadows down in the valley. The Lvivu has got water, a lot more water in it than it did last time, and it's just so super green with the contrast of all the red soil. It looks absolutely fantastic. You can see baobab trees, massive baobab trees off in the distance, and just good to be here. I'm a little bit worried though. We push into Kruger tomorrow and I've got no clutch. That means Ed's towing me, and his invoice bill is growing by the minute. But yeah, just absolutely enjoying it with you fellas, and what a privilege to be here at World's View and enjoying, eh?
Island.
Well, I mean, that was just that one piece we had to go through.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty awful.
Something to keep in mind is anywhere in the African bush at night, don't do what I've done and put flip-flops on at all. I've just done it because it's incredibly hot, but really wear closed shoes, and what we've got here is the reason why. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure this is I think it's called Parabethus transvalia or something. A very, very venomous scorpion, very venomous. If it stings you, you will be in big, big, big trouble.
I'm really glad we came back to Makuya, and I can highly recommend it for adventurous overlanders. Good morning. We on our way to the Kruger National Park. I had a really great stay at Makuya this time. I've got Ryan in tow, unfortunately. Seems his clutch has given up the ghost. Yeah, it's not been a great trip again for service centres. Lots of gremlins. I'm still battling with stuff from Namibia, but hey, it's part of the adventure. We've arranged to leave Ryan's car at the Pafuri gate, where it'll be flatbedded out. We're heading into Kruger National Park. Originally, we would have gone directly to Tsenze, but now we're aiming for Punda Maria. Ryan obviously doesn't have a tent now, and will need to pick up his car again as well. Punda Maria is also one of our favorite camps in Kruger, so we don't mind staying here, and there should be a bungalow available for Ryan as well. So we stopped at Punta Maria to see if there's a bungalow available for Ryan, because he obviously doesn't have anywhere to sleep tonight because his car's going to Louis-Trichardt. Massive thank you to Heinrich for helping us out there and being the middleman there. Amazing, it makes life a lot easier. We did find a campsite and a bungalow at Shingwetsi, so we're going down there at the moment, and then hopefully by tomorrow Ryan's car is okay. We can get back to that and then down to Tsenze. It's about an hour and a half's drive to Shingwetsi, but we're enjoying all the back roads on the way there. Shingwetsi is a very traditional camp, but it suits our needs for the moment, and it's still great to be in the Kruger. We checked in at Shingwetsi camp. Punta Maria didn't actually have any space for Ryan to sleep, so we had to put him in a bungalow while his car was in for service, obviously. So we stayed at Shingwetsi. It also has power, which we need at the moment because we are short on dual battery systems. We will go through to Tsenze tomorrow for the last night, unfortunately, as Ryan's car should be finished this afternoon. The camp is quiet at least, and we settle in for the evening. It's always great camping in Kruger, even in fence camps. We're heading out to Tsenze this morning. It's another hour and a half drive, and we're meeting Heinrich there as well. He's actually bringing Ryan's car. So gents, I'm having a great trip. What have you thought of the places we've been to so far?
Yeah, Chris, man, hey, it's been awesome. We visited some new places. Matla Noka was amazing, and the experience we had at Makuya, just wild camping on the Lavuvu, and then at World's View, it's something different and something I'd highly recommend. Definitely wouldn't go there just as one vehicle, given the risk if something goes wrong. But yeah, it's been awesome. And then Kruger, I mean, what more can you say? Even though the campsites are fenced here, I'm still having a good time, and I think Ryan is as well.
Yeah, so I think the great thing is when wild camping for me, and Makuya definitely delivered that. It's a hard place to go with the vehicles. It is a 4x4 trail, and I'd highly recommend, as Ed said, man, just roll in maybe 2 vehicles, and just be prepared that it is a hard place to drive. But man, that one position X on the Lavuvu River was spectacular, overlooking the Kruger National Park. And I think, coming into Kruger and staying behind fences, whilst it's not maybe the preference for myself, as we've been so spoilt by Botswana, sitting around a fire with you chaps, just enjoying the evening and getting to meet new people in these very, very special places. Yeah, absolutely a treat. What did you think, Chris?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed Matla Noka. We'll definitely be back there. Yeah, Makuya this time was it sort of really redeemed itself for me. Yeah, it's tough getting in there, but some of those spots are amazing. Last night in Kruger, unfortunately, we're going to Tsenze, another favorite spot, and then back home.
You know how to make a person very depressed there, Chris.
The drive down doesn't disappoint when it comes to game viewing. It's time to head back, but I had an amazing time. Thanks for joining us, guys. This was a nice little trip. I really enjoyed it. Matla Noka, I can highly recommend this campsite. Makuya, I think that was really a departure from the last time we were there, and I will definitely be back for that. Kruger was a little short, so I think expect us to come back here soon just to check up some more wildlife. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Until next time, get out there.